Bandits, I wanted to talk about Star Wars Unlimited again because this product, there are so many things going wrong. I've been called out in my previous video that I should have stayed out of Star Wars Unlimited, that people like me are what is making Star Wars Unlimited bad because it's getting scalped and things like that. But do you really think that? Are people like me really the root cause? I don't know. And also stay tuned because later in the video there will be a nice giveaway because we are getting rid of all our Star Wars Unlimited products, so that also means accessories, and I'm going to give away one of those products to one lucky viewer. Stay tuned. But Star Wars Unlimited, first of all, if you think I'm the root cause, then okay, what the hell happened that everybody's bitching about those collector booster boxes? I'm calling it the collector booster box because they stole the idea from Magic the Gathering. Yeah, they are calling it a carbonite booster box, but if you put one and one together, you got a collector booster box for Magic the Gathering, my friends. And they destroyed their IP. They destroyed it completely. They removed the high value cards from the normal booster boxes and they've placed it into the carbonite booster box. What happened? People jumped onto the carbonite booster boxes and nobody wanted the normal booster boxes anymore. And then what did distribution do? Distribution said, we need a strategy. Nobody's buying the normal booster boxes anymore. What are we going to do? Well, they said, hey, my friends, you want to buy those carbonite booster boxes? Well, you gotta take the crap also. You gotta take the normal booster boxes as well. But no, please, Asmodee, don't do that. Yeah, you got to. And then people took those damn things and they just dumped it onto the market. That's the behavior that you have seen, my friends. That is what practically caused the downfall of Star Wars Unlimited. But that's not all. No, they introduced serialized cards. Where did they got that idea? It's called the company Wizard of the Coast. Oh, by coincidence they make Magic the Gathering. Would it be? Yeah, yep. And then, yeah, as I also already noticed this, the product of Star Wars Unlimited is being printed by Cartamundi in Belgium. I'm not a big fan of Cartamundi. Why is that? Quality. Quality sucks. Is it now Cartamundi or is it Fantasy Flight Games not paying enough for having decent quality? Who will tell? Could be both, of course. But, okay, first of all, to start off with, I get 20 to 30% of the cards. They were not near mint. Scratches all over the way. Oh my god, I thought, what the hell is this? Oh yeah, a real shit show. But then, the serialized cards. What I was talking about. So, these cards are also, of course, printed at Cartamundi. Now, well, let me share with you something. There is a support article that came out not so long ago. It's a January 2026 update on the website of Star Wars Unlimited that on Wednesday, November 5th, our manufacturing partner, Cartamundi, made us aware that there were duplicates of serialized propaganda cards which were released in our Secrets of Power Carbonite product. Duplicates, you say, of a serialized card? What? How can that happen? Oh, quality control. Was the guy sick or something like that? I don't know. We are working with them on a plan to remedy the situation for those affected and replace these cards with new, unique, serialized propaganda cards. But the serialized cards should have been unique from the beginning. And now you're going to replace that with something unique. Okay. You got me there. Okay, I'm up to speed. We are anticipating the mail-in exchange process with Cartamundi to begin in early 2026, at which time we will provide detailed instructions on returning and exchanging your affected card. But that is, of course, under the assumption that players, collectors, want to send that in, because in some occasions, a fuck-up is worth more than the regular card, my friends. Yep. There is a whole misprint community out there, and basically this is a misprint. Each card will retain the same serialization number of the affected card that is sent in for exchange. Okay, but there will be two metallic foil treatments given to the new individual cards, yellow gold or rose gold. Each of the 21 propaganda cards affected will have their own unique cracked and repaired Kintsugi style. Apologies for the mistake in pronouncing that. So, this is how it will look. A yellow gold and a rose gold, but it will retain the same serialized number. Who is a fan of this? what kind of... Okay, it is a solution, true, but what kind of a solution? So, imagine this. Imagine that nobody wants to send in these cards, which some will not do, yeah? Or perhaps that the serialized card is still sitting in a carbonite booster box somewhere in someone's collection, in a store on a shelf. Who will tell? But then, do you really want to go through the hassle in replacing that and then all that crap? I don't know. But you cannot deny this is a major fuck up. So they first introduced carbonite booster boxes. That didn't go well, and then they thought, how can we make more money? How can we destroy this product even quicker? Serialized cards. Woohoo! They've got brainiacs working there, and then they fuck up the serialized number. So, and then scalpers are the issue, my friends. Scalpers are the issue. Yeah, we destroyed it. We didn't do jack shit. Nope. And to be honest, I opened the product. I opened all booster boxes that I had. I think about 12 booster boxes I had from 3 or 4 sets. And I opened them up and I don't mind the cards. To be honest, there were some nice cards in there. I like the game in se, but I don't like the company behind it. Well, the greedy structure behind it. So they should have left the game in this phase in the normal state with the normal booster boxes and grow their community, grow the player base, grow perhaps that they would get some decent collectors. No, they immediately then start with the collector booster boxes from, what was it, set number 5 already out of the get-go? And then serialized cards, I think, from set number 6. I could be wrong. Correct me down in the comments if you think I'm wrong. But that's way too soon. Who comes up with an idea like that? Where do you get your mojo, your vibe to do that? Was it in this smells like an inside destruction? But okay, yeah. And also, why I also like the product itself. It has great Chewbacca cards. Yeah. Why do I mention Chewbacca? Well, fun fact: when I started dating Cindy, I immediately started calling her Chewbacca, and that's still the name. When she calls me, there's a picture of Chewbacca. It's a funny thing that has been living between us for almost 6 years now, and it's nice. So there are really some nice cards. Yeah, you've got some variation of Chewbacca. So I don't mind the product. And also, if you look at other cards, you really have some nice cards, and then the foiling as well. The product ain't bad. And if they can rectify all the shit that they did, stop making those carbonite booster boxes, stop with the serialized card, return back to normal and catch up with that, it would be great. It would be great. Then the product could be great, but they overdid it. They overreached. Yeah, I don't know what my estimation, I already said it in my previous video, my estimation is Star Wars Unlimited, the path that they have chosen, if they don't do a 180, it's done and dusted in 2026. I don't see them recovering if they don't change their direction. If they go straight ahead with what they have been doing now, I think it's game over. What do you guys now think? And okay, you can start bashing on me again down in the comments. I don't give, but my opinion is valid. Yeah, it is based. Go check it out on Google. Check out the opinions on Reddit, on other forums, on other posts and things like that. What people actually are saying about Star Wars Unlimited from the moment the carbonite booster boxes have been introduced. And then also go and read the posts that people have mentioned about the fuck up with the serialized cards. And one thing that I found strange is nobody's bitching about the quality of the cards. I am very much bitching about the quality of the cards because I've pulled some almost top chase cards out of certain booster boxes and they were filled with scratches, and I was like, this is now a top chase card, and even a top chase card is coming out with scratches. Oh, that's bad quality control. Imagine that I would have been a collector and I like my cards in a near mint state, and I say clearly near mint state. I didn't say mint state, my fellow bandits. I said near mint state. But yeah, then you don't want it over the nice front with scratches. Okay, I can live with perhaps a scratch at the back. That's so you don't see that if you put that in your binder, for example. But if it's clearly at the front, come on. They can do better. They can do better. Now, okay, I don't know if it's now really Cartamundi or is it now Fantasy Flight Games that didn't pay enough to Cartamundi. If you want my honest opinion, I think it's Cartamundi. It's not the first product that is printed by Cartamundi that is having this kind of quality. Because the cards itself from Star Wars Unlimited, they feel good. The cards itself, they feel good. So it must be the transportation system that is scratching the cards, some alignments on the printing machines that need to be done. I don't know. But then we come to the giveaway, my friends. We come to the giveaway. So I have opened all my booster boxes. I have opened all the starter decks. We are in the process of adding the cards to card market and things like that. I still had accessories that never even came onto the website. What am I giving away now is one binder to put in your Star Wars Unlimited cards. If you are a Star Wars Unlimited fan, if you like to collect, if you like to play, well, I'm giving away one brand new binder. What do you gotta do? Just comment down below what is your favorite set of Star Wars Unlimited and why. Just let me know why. I want to get to know players, collectors, you name it. I want to get to know you guys. I want to understand how you feel about the product, because I'm over a certain cross point that I'm abandoning Star Wars Unlimited. Yeah, I'm a fan of the IP Star Wars. I'm a big fan. I like the IP, but I don't like the TCG in which direction it is heading. And now you're wondering, hey Siggy, that all sounds well, but hey, if I leave a comment, when will I know if I will be the winner? Well, a random YouTube comment selector will be won on the Thursday, February 12th, and I will mention it in the video of Thursday the 12th, and I will also comment on your comments here down below to let you know you are the winner, and I will also put it into the description of this video, so you will be informed, and then you have exactly 1 week to get back to me to claim your prize. Plain and simple. So to wrap up the video, I sincerely hope that the Fantasy Flight game can turn this around. And if you also see multiple content creators, okay, some have perhaps dipped their toes into this product and are perhaps a bit biased. I'm not biased. I wasn't scalping this product. I was not heavily invested in this product. I like the IP, so I wanted also to sell the product and get my hands on the product itself. But I needed to abandon it. It is not drawing any people. So then that makes me also think this is doomed to fail. Everything crashed. Did I make a loss on it? Probably. Do I care? No. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to enjoy TCG. To enjoy the different types of TCGs that are out there. I like Pokemon, I like Magic the Gathering, I like Disney Locana. I like different TCGs. So, but Star Wars Unlimited, it is a tough pill to swallow. I need to mention that. And it's I felt bad that the product was just sitting on the shelf and I couldn't make perhaps potential player happy. Nobody was interested in the product, and that already, as a seller, as an interested seller, makes you already think, is that TCG doing great? What's going on? And then you do some searching online, you watch some videos, and then you see, for example, Woody from Alpha Investments talking, and he says, the TCG that I see failing in 2026 is Star Wars Unlimited. He's right. He's right. He's 200% right. The direction I've seen when Star Wars Unlimited was still selling a few boxes, I was already selling Star Wars Unlimited before the Carbonite booster boxes, and then at least product sold a bit. Now, since those Carbonite booster boxes, everything came to a halt. Everything. It's like a clear sign they fucked up. If you like the video, don't forget, click the buttons, help to grow the channel, my friends. We are almost at 1100. Sweat. But my fellow bandits, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.